Mike's. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we are back from our break. And let's continue. So staff was giving us a review on this application.
Yes.
And
Yes,
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, the recommendation is to approve the conditional use permit for the truck stop, with those two conditions. And that's it.
okay, any comments or questions for staff on this item?
This is a second project, correct, from the one that is being built now? This is a second phase?
This is a separate
Yes,
project.
yes, so, right, and this is all the way where the industrial park is actually at, close to the port of entry. Yes. We're supposed to be. Good, good. Thank you, Fernando, for that fabulous presentation. There any comments from the public? It is open. No comments from the public. I will now entertain a motion to close public hearing.
Chairman, I move to close the public hearing.
I'll we got a motion, we got a second. All those in favor? Aye, all those against? Motion carries to close public hearing, and I will now entertain a motion on this item.
I move to forward conditional use permit case number 2022-0596 to city council with recommendation of approval, subject to the conditions of approval as recommended by staff.
I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those against? Motion carries on this item. Okay, I would like to go back to item 4A. You want me to read everything again?
You need to just reopen it, Mr. Chairman?
You want me,
Yeah, you can just reopen with the denomination of 4A.
okay, so I'll go back to 4A and to reopen, and I will entertain a motion to open public hearing.
So move.
A motion, I got a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion to open public hearing, staff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the motion was for a recommendation of approval, and we have 2 votes in favor and 2 votes against. So I don't know if the commission wants to make another motion, so we can move forward, city council, with a recommendation of approval, denial, or to continue the item or anything.
Mr. Chairman, is the applicant okay continue to the next planning and zoning? Or what is the time frame?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Christopher Robbins, Dahl Robbins and Associates, 1560 South Fifth Avenue. The applicant wants to move forward. We were on the last commission agenda and that one was canceled, and they're trying to move forward as quickly as possible. But we'd like to, we've got a staff recommendation for approval. We've got a citizen meeting where nobody showed up. We've got two letters that went out to adjacent citizens where I don't think anybody responded, or there were a couple calls. So I guess I appreciate the opportunity to come back and speak. I just want to know from commission's standpoint, if there's something that they don't like about the case or something that we could do differently to be more, I'm not sure the reasons for, giving staff recommendation for approval.
And it's a very good question. So I mean, if the commission
Veronica
wants to
Zavala?
address.
And my part is, I have a concern about the letters that we deliver. They get the address from whatever is in the Yuma County. I mean, there are 90 families there. I'm very close to the hotel, and don't get me wrong, we need a hotel. But it was weird that nobody show up and nobody says anything. What I was asking to my artist here, if we can continue and deliver hands to them. It's just one street, to see if they can have any concern on regards this item.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry.
They
Commissioner
only,
Sabah.
they deliver the letters to the residents using the PO box they
Right.
have on the Yuma County.
Right.
There's not certified letters. That was my, I'm asking if they can,
Her concern is, how can we assure that they did
They
get those
get
letters,
letters.
knowing that there's a meeting, and if they have any questions concerned to this?
Chairman,
So
there
this,
was a neighborhood meeting and then 2 meetings. and
There was a
only-
neighborhood meeting? Yes, there was a neighborhood meeting.
And there was only 2% response, so try the same thing again and get the same result, so.
well, that's my point of view. I believe
Who-
that
who
most of
put a
the
big
people
one?
at that, once they start the construction is when they have the complaints.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to let you know that if some of the commissioners have concerns, you can add additional conditions to the recommendation. For example, if you want us to send more letters before the council meeting, we can do that, and you can probably let the city council know that you wanted those letters to be delivered. I don't know if any other concerns.
Right, I mean, in all honesty, we can approve this, and I mean, it's still gonna take time. We can approve it with recommendations that we want handheld letters to those houses, and they can even join us here, or they can join us at joint council with any address, because at the end of the day, council's gonna have the last word. You know, we can say yes or no, or whatever you want, but council's gonna have the last word, and and they can even say, well, it's the commission, who cares? But if it's in the council, it's like, well, they're the ones who are gonna really vote on it and say approve or deny, and they're the ones that are gonna come up and yell or address their concerns to council. In my experience is, I'm with Mr. Barrazo here, that they never show up. The only one item that they showed up issue was the water, when we raised the water rates. It was full, and, at the end of the day, more than 50% was for it and understood the reason why. But other than that, they never do. We always take it, but, I think if my fellow members, I mean, like I said, we can approve this with that condition, and that we strongly recommend, those letters being taken, even by person, because we have the staff, even by person, and to address any concerns, even a town hall meeting here.
In addition, regarding the letters, we have to follow state law, and the state law says that we have to go by the records at the assessor's office.
Correct.
And that's why we're always being using.
Right, and exactly, we're patching,
But-
we're following the law and and the standards that they provide to us, and of course, we can add to it, why not cater? So,
Mr. Chairman, yeah, I'm in favor of that. If the commission can add a condition of approval, sending notices out to adjacent property owners prior to the city council meeting, or in enough time for them to show up at the city council meeting. I mean, planning and zoning, we like having staff recommendations for approval. We like having planning and zoning recommendations for approval. And if there's concerns by the planning commission, we want to address those. I'm just not sure. Short of, the procedures which are out of our hands,
right,
the notification process, there's nothing we can do about that. So
Mr. Chairman, isn't before the council, there another round of letters sent out, or just only by the time of the commission meeting?
It's one with, one letter with the dates of the, commission and the city council. meeting.
Okay, okay, only one notification, okay.
And one other thing to bring up, that there are no windows facing to the south to those residential
There you
properties.
go.
So
oh, okay,
There's
There
a
you go.
privacy concern.
if it's if it's traffic, it's gonna be addressed through a traffic study. It's privacy. 2 stories allowed in R16. This is 3-story with no windows facing in that direction. If I was a neighbor
Yeah.
there,
So-
adjacent to a commercial property, I'd much rather have a residential hotel than a drive-through fast food restaurant with that message board blaring speakers. like
Right,
Jack in the Box
exactly.
all night.
yeah,
It's a low impact commercial use, in my opinion.
all that makes a big difference, so,
I appreciate your consideration.
Right. thank you. Qu- Fernando, question, come on up. I've been hearing, information on Cesar Chavez and on Utuastegi. Did money get approved to winding the roads or it's in the process or?
Yes, we have staff, the city, has, plans to improve, do all the improvements on Cesar Chavez Boulevard. And, we have, I don't know, 33 million, something like that, for the, construction of the Cesar Chavez Boulevard. And we've been discussing with the applicants about improvement, and by yes, that's.
So it's in the
probably-
works then?
It's in the works, it's gonna take.
Something's gonna happen, not the, oh, it might happen. It's something's gonna happen.
We're still missing some money, but yes. I think it's
Okay,
gonna happen.
but we have most of it.
We have most of it.
Okay, there you go. We can raise taxes. That's all.
We have enough property.
We have before, so, I mean, okay, see, that's something good to add to it that, most of the money's there. That project's already set for the future. That's gonna be widened and worked on and, am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yes, okay. Any questions for, staff? Okay, thank you. There's some more questions. I will now entertain a motion and close public hearing.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all
Aye.
those against? Motion carries to close public hearing. I will now entertain a motion on this item.
Your Honor. Mr. Chairman, I move to forward conditional use permit case number 2022-0592 to City Council. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Or just get closer, I was just gonna say.
With recommendation of approval, subject to the conditions of approval as recommended by staff and should I add the hand
Yes.
deliver of notifications one more time to property owners within the 300 feet radius using their, the physical location.
I will second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those against?
Nay.
You need to have it.
Roll call, please. But before you do roll call, like as I was explaining, we can just send it to council and council can deal with this. It's just to keep it going.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it's gonna get approved or not, but if not, it's gonna be a standstill. And then the applicant can address it with council and whatever council wants to do. If they want to deny it or continue it, then that'll be up to them. But at least it won't be stuck here with us or returned. That's just the whole thing here, so. Roll call, please.
Commissioner member Ruben Walsh,
Nay.
Commissioner member Javier Barraza,
Aye.
Vice Chairwoman Veronica Zavala,
Aye.
Chairman Mark Pinzon.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion carries. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you. No windows. Item 4C, public hearing followed by discussion and possible actions on any and all matters regarding conditional use permit case number 2022-0618. A request by Fleet Banking Center LLC on behalf of Walmart Stores Inc. for conditional use permit from section 18.35.30 C11 of the City of San Luis zoning ordinance to allow an outdoor vending machine ATM with a drive-through facility, assessors parcel 775-05-001, located at 1613 North Main Street in San Luis, Arizona. Will now entertain a motion in public hearing. Open public hearing. I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye, those
Aye.
against? Motion carries to open public hearing. Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As mentioned, this is a request for a conditional use permit to allow an outdoor vending machine or ATM with a drive-through facility. The applicant is requesting the removal of 10 parking spaces from the Walmart parking lot for the installation of the ATM machine. The project will be located on the northeast corner of the Walmart parking lot. In the area view here, you see where they're proposing the
Oh, okay.
project. The area view shows the exact location just east of the Chevron gas station. The next slide shows a possible layout and improvements for the project and the vehicle circulation.
Okay, it's a Chase Bank.
Yes.
Good. Good.
And staff is recommending approval of this conditional use permit with the following conditions. That the first condition, the proposed use shall not interfere with the landscape areas or traffic visibility at the driveway entries and street intersections.
So let me hold you there
Yeah, sure.
on this conditional use permit that doesn't with landscaping. But you know what? When I leave those certain places, they have too much landscape, those bushes, that like covers that visibility for you able to see traffic coming. You really have to get up there.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's why we have this condition here, yeah, to make sure that the new project will not interfere, or the landscaping will not interfere with the new project.
Okay.
And the applicant, it's here through Zoom, and they do agree with the conditions, but we have two more. ladies.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The condition number 2, the proposed use should not create additional traffic congestion to the existing parking lot and adjacent streets. And the last condition, if the proposed use is not in compliance with the conditions of approval above, 1 and 2, and the conditional use permit should become null and void, and the proposed improvements shall be removed from the project area, and the area shall be restored to the original condition. So practically what we're saying in the last condition is that if they don't meet condition number 1 and 2, or we have a traffic congestion issues at the Walmart parking lot, we can request the applicant to remove the ATM from the allocation. So this concludes the staff's presentation.
Any comments for staff? I like the idea. I mean, it really helps.
I think it's highly needed.
Yes, it's really highly needed. So let's make sure that those 1 and 2 get done right. And have them chop all those branches out of there, all those trees. I know we want them, but I think it's just blocks. I just don't, yeah, I know it got approved a long time ago, but it's when I leave that Walmart on both sides, it's just those bushes are too out there and you have to creep up a lot to actually see the leaves. So that's why I was like, to not interfere, but those landscape right there, it's already interfering with traffic when one wants to pull out of there, so. So maybe you guys can look into that. Okay, is there any, no more comments for staff? It is open to the public, if there's any members of the public, sir, you're from Walmart, no? All right. I will now entertain a motion to close public hearing. I have a
Second,
motion, I have a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all those against, motion carries to close public hearing. And I will now entertain a motion on this item.
I move to forward conditional use permit case number 2022-0618 to city council with recommendation of approval, subject to the conditions of approval as recommended by staff.
I second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
all those against? Motion carries. All right. All right, before I call for an adjourn, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Please be safe. Don't drink too much, don't eat too much. Thank you very much. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn. A motion, I got a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all those against? Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.